Morbid Existence. The chilling tale of Vasily Blokhin, the chief executioner of the Soviet Union, unfolds against the backdrop of history's darkest era. Born on January 7, 1895, into the humble family of Soviet Union peasants, Blokhin's journey led him from the fields to the heart of Stalin's reign, where his name would become synonymous with cruelty, efficiency, and death. Blokhin, growing up in the waning days of the Russian Empire, experienced the tumultuous events that would shape the course of history. The seeds of his future were sown during World War I when he served in the Imperial Russian Army. The horrors of war and the societal upheavals led him to a pivotal decision: joining the Russian Communist Party and the Soviet secret police agency, the Cheka, in March 1921. While historical records about Blokhin's early life remain scarce, his transformation from a soldier to a loyal servant of the nascent Soviet state took place amidst the background of political turbulence. His proficiency in black work, covert activities including assassinations, torture, intimidation, and execution, began to earn him recognition within the inner circles of power. Joseph Stalin, ever astute in recognizing talents suited to his Machiavellian objectives, identified Blokhin's skills in wet work. This term encompassed a spectrum of clandestine operations necessary for maintaining control. Blokhin's brutal nature and effectiveness in these covert activities rapidly propelled him through the ranks. By 1926, a mere 6 years after joining the Cheka, Blokhin found himself at the helm of a specialized unit within the NKVD, the Kommandatura branch. This unit, established explicitly for wet work operations, operated from the infamous Lubyanka in Moscow and enjoyed the direct approval and oversight of Stalin himself. To comprehend Blokhin's role fully, one must understand the entity he served, the NKVD. Established in 1917, it initially focused on routine police work, overseeing prisons, and managing labor camps. After a period of disbandment in 1930, the NKVD was reinstated in 1934 as an all-union commissariat. Under the leadership of figures like Genrikh Yagoda, Nikolai Yezhov, and Lavrenti Beria, the NKVD expanded its influence and notoriety during the Great Purge from 1936 to 1938. This gruesome campaign aimed to consolidate Stalin's power by eliminating rivals within the Communist Party and the state. The NKVD played a pivotal role in mass extrajudicial executions, administering the Gulag system, and suppressing any form of opposition. Vasily Blokhin's notoriety reached its zenith during the Katyn massacre in April 1940. In this tragic event, he orchestrated the shooting execution of approximately 7,000 Polish officers and prisoners held in the Ostashkov camp. The orders came directly from NKVD chief Lavrenti Beria and bore the sanction of Stalin himself. Blokhin's methods were chillingly efficient. With meticulous planning, he established a process where prisoners were individually identified, handcuffed, and led to the execution room. Armed with a German pocket pistol, Blokhin, clad in a leather apron, hat, and gloves, shot each prisoner in the base of the skull without any formality. His team operated relentlessly for 10 hours each night, and Blokhin executed one prisoner approximately every 3 minutes. The Katyn massacre stands as a haunting testament to the depths of human cruelty during that dark period. Blokhin's relentless execution of his duties earned him personal recognition from Stalin, who awarded him the Order of the Red Banner. Blokhin became the Guinness World Record holder for most prolific official executioner. Following Stalin's death in March 1953, Blokhin was forcibly retired from his position as the NKVD's chief executioner. Despite his irreproachable service being publicly acknowledged by Lavrenti Beria, the changing political climate under Nikita Khrushchev led to the stripping of Blokhin's rank. By the time of his retirement, Blokhin found himself grappling with alcoholism and mental illness. On February 3, 1955, at the age of 60, he passed away. While officially listed as a suicide, his personnel files indicated a heart attack as the cause of death. Blokhin was laid to rest at the Novodevichy Cemetery. In the late 1960s, after the end of the Khrushchev era, Blokhin's titles and medals were posthumously returned to him, and he was rehabilitated by the state. However, as others have remarked, while Blokhin found a final resting place, the thousands he executed during his tenure as the most prolific executioner in history were not granted the same dignity. The complexities of Vasily Blokhin's life and the historical context in which he operated force us to confront the unimaginable horrors perpetrated under the guise of Soviet power. As we peer into this abyss, we are left to grapple with profound questions of morality, the consequences of unchecked authority, and the enduring scars left by one man's role in a regime defined by oppression and fear.